And good evening, everybody. I guess I'm live on Facebook. Got to be honest with you, first time I've attempted one of these Facebook feeds, but we thought we'd give it a whirl. And we thought it was appropriate with the snow that's falling out there right now. I want to introduce you to my friend. This is Brian Martin. Brian's going to be manning the camera here in a minute.
Of course.
He's always here helping us with the cameras in the studio on the weekends. Brian does a great job of making me look, well, okay on air. And I know it's a tough job, Brian. We appreciate the work that you do. As you know, a winter storm continues to impact the area right now. We've got winter weather advisories that are in effect. And we've also got a winter storm warning that has been posted for many of our Kentucky counties just to the south of Louisville. And it does look like we're going to meet that winter storm warning criteria, with many areas already reporting 4-5 inches of snow. By the way, hi Marissa, hi Sarah, good to see you all on here. And here in a few minutes we'll be taking some questions that you guys may have. Jenna, how are you doing? I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Brian right now. And I think there's a way, Brian, right, to switch the camera mode. Again, guys, I'm learning this on the fly here. Brian, he's really the brains behind the operation. Brian, you can see we've got the advisory area. That's all the counties, I think, includes all of southern Indiana. That's where you're going to see that 2 to 3, locally 4 inches of snow. Perhaps a couple of locations a little bit better than that, but I think a real good uniform 2 to 4 inches of snow here. It's further south. We have that warning. Bullitt County to the south, Adair County, Greene, LaRue, Hardin County. We're talking about E-Town, Bardstown, and Columbia. That is a winter storm warning for you, and we have been getting some pretty good snowfall out of the deal. We're going to take a trip outside real quick because we want to see what's falling here in Louisville. Right now, according to radar, we're seeing some pretty good snowfall rates across the area. We have seen the visibilities coming down here to about a quarter or a half mile, and that's indicative of snowfall rates of perhaps a ½ inch per hour. Now, this is my buddy Richard Rutledge. He also mans the weekends here. Richard actually took the time to comb his hair and put on a pretty red sweatshirt in honor of Valentine's Day today. You look swell, Richard, but the reason we're coming to you now is you're going to help us out, right?
Yes, I'm going to take this fancy here Snow Fox ruler, and I'm going to tell you exactly how much nation garden.
Let's go do that, Richard. You can see the snow falling pretty good right now. You can just barely see that PNC Tower downtown. I'd say these snowfall rates right now, I'd say ½ inch per hour. What we got, Richard?
It's just shy of 2 inches out here in our lovely snow garden here at WDRB, I would say.
So what you're saying is we're on track to reach those totals. We projected 2 to 4 inches in Louisville. It looks like we're going to be closer to that 4-inch amount by the time we're done. Let's go back inside, take a quick look at radar, and then we'll take those questions that you may have. Come on back in, guys. Richard, get the door, please. Lo, say hi to Facebook. This is Lo. Angela, he runs our production department on the weekends sometimes. We appreciate all of his contributions as always. Okay, back into the studio we go. And let's take a look at the radar situation across the area. Brian, if I could just have you come around here, you can go look at as far as radar is concerned. And you can see that the snow's coming down at a pretty good clip. Right now, we're showing for Louisville that moderate snow that we've been seeing. It was heavier just a little bit. Probably. Yeah, we're just ignoring him. Calling back. It's Jude Redfield. Going back in a moment. We're going to finish with this radar update. You can see light snow beginning to shut down across southern Indiana, but it's going to continue for a while for the metro area, Interstate 64 corridor through the metro. Further south, this is where they've seen the big-time snow totals down here from Munfordville, Campbellsville, Columbia, E-Town. Hefty snow totals so far on the order of 3 to locally 5+ inches of snow. I think parts of this area will probably see upwards of 6 inches by the time it does shut down. Now, it is beginning to mix with some sleet out towards Bowling Green, and we'll see that mixture making its way into some of our southern counties here a little bit later on this evening and overnight tonight. But you can see that snow beginning to taper off to our west. It's going to take a little while to make its way through the metro area, but we will see that snow shutting down here, it looks like by mid-evening, just tapering off to some snow flurries and some snow showers. Now, one other thing I want to show you before I take questions is concerning the weather coming up for the day tomorrow. Brian, come around here real quick. As you probably know, we're in a very busy period weather-wise. We're tracking not one system, but actually 3. The first one on top of us now, it's all snow. The real question comes into play tomorrow and into the day on Tuesday. Now come here and look at one of these high-resolution models we have. It shows the snow that we have now, and feel free to zoom right on in there, Brian. You can see the snow on us now. Now watch what happens. It shuts down tonight. It kind of goes away for a minute, and then you can see that the snow will. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of advice from my friends on Facebook. Okay, thank you for advising me to increase the volume. I'm not sure if that will help or not, but we're trying. Okay, now real quickly, you can see the snow ends here tonight. It gets warm enough to perhaps change over to some drizzle in the morning. And then look what happens with that moisture. It comes right back at us tomorrow afternoon in the form of rain. And I think that's right. It is going to warm up enough to be rain for most of the area into the afternoon hours tomorrow. The question is, what happens tomorrow evening? Come on back. Now watch this. We go forward in time. This is just precip. Can you see that dark blue? That's heavy snow. And watch how it tries to sneak into our eastern counties here late tomorrow, into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. If that happens, that could produce a quick wet accumulation. Some of our counties east of Louisville, I would say, but between here and Frankfort, perhaps a little stripe of some heavy wet snow. That's one thing we're tracking for you. And then another system, one last one here we'll mention. You can kind of see it here. I don't like the placement that this model is showing it, but that's a pretty strong clipper. That arrives on Tuesday, also with the potential of both rain and snow. So we'll open up the floor to questions real quick, and you know, if this works, we may try another one a little bit later on this evening. So bring over the questions. Any questions about tonight's storm, thanks Bryn, about tomorrow or into the day on Tuesday? Okay, well, we're going to start with Elisa. Did he say warm is tomorrow afternoon, after morning? Okay, we'll get above freezing sometime, it looks like, during the morning hours tomorrow. Elisa, we should be above freezing just about all day tomorrow. That should help with the situation. Jocelyn says, what will the temps be tonight? We're going to remain below freezing, I think, through dawn tomorrow. In Louisville, right around daybreak or so, we'll begin to see those temperatures getting above freezing. Okay, thank you for doing this, says Sharon. You're very welcome. And I don't mind it at all. This is kind of a cool little media here. We'll see how it turns out. I know Mark Weinberg, he's really big on these, so he suggested I check this out. Craig says Frankfort, yeah, he's talking about that potential for rain changing to a period of heavy wet snow tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Craig, I think that is a real potential for you. Frankfort, maybe into Lexington especially. You guys could be in good shape if you like snow, a heavy, wet, quick burst of snow, maybe a few inches out of that deal. Ashley, how about commute to Harrison County, Indiana at school or work tomorrow morning? Well, they're going to have several hours to clear everything. All the accumulating stuff's going to be over with here by mid to late evening. So considering they'll have all night tonight, I think all the main roads will be fine. We will keep those temperatures, again, below freezing overnight. And we could add a little bit of freezing drizzle, but on any surface that's treated, that should not be a big deal at all. Certainly some slick spots, something we'll watch. Will JCPS close? There's the million-dollar question, and I will not be tackling that. You know, although I can help you with what the conditions will be like out the door tomorrow morning, I cannot help you with expected decision-making by the local school systems. I do know that New Albany, Floyd County schools don't have to worry about that because they're off for the observance of Washington Day, which is tomorrow. That's President's Day. How much snow tonight? I think another inch to 2 inches for the metro area before things begin to shut down. It looks like we're going to be very close to that 4-inch mark, perhaps, for Louisville. Commute in the morning, Jefferson County. Again, they're going to have all night to clear this off and make the roads a little bit better. We'll see how the situation upholds. Icing, a little freezing drizzle, possible. Untreated surfaces will be impacted by that early tomorrow morning, but overall, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. And when will the rain start? This is Jessica Barnett. Jessica, I think we are looking at rain beginning during the afternoon hours here tomorrow. Perhaps mainly dry. A little drizzle in the morning, a little break, and then by afternoon we'll see the rain beginning to make its way back in, especially for our south and eastern counties. It should make its way into metro Louisville too. Model data, I'm trying to get an update. I'm going to turn this around. You guys can look at some of the model data with me real quick. And we're going to take one quick look at what Advanced Track is advertising here. Keep in mind, Advanced Track, it has not been showing tomorrow's system very well. You can see about the time we get that temperature to freezing near daybreak, it kind of hovers there. It's not showing the rain though, and it should. That rain will form. I'm going to come over here to that other model we were just looking at, and this one seems to have a little better idea of when the rain comes back in. It's showing it right there. That's about 1 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. and it'll rain pretty heavy. The question is, how much of this do we actually see change back over to snow? Again, that's the question. We'll watch that for you. Okay, Larry Wolf, you're very welcome, and thanks for your following us here on Facebook. I appreciate that. Let's see, what time will this be? Tuesday. Well, there's a lot of questions with timing right now. We think it's going to be afternoon and into the evening hours on Tuesday. Afternoon, initially rain. At some point, we probably see a changeover to snow. It could accumulate for parts of the area. I think it will. Is it really supposed to be near 60 by the end of the week? I'll be honest, I haven't looked at anything for the end of the week since last night, but it does look like a big warm-up, at least a brief one here, as we head towards Friday and Saturday into the start of the weekend. Okay, Karen wants to know, aren't schools out because of President's Day? Not everywhere, Karen, apparently, but I do know for New Albany, Floyd County, that is the case. Not sure where you're at. David, so when does this stop snowing? This evening, the snow that's in the metro area will come to an end, it looks like, by mid-evening. I think the accumulating snows are done by around 8, perhaps 9 o'clock, tapering off to snow showers. Andy Clark, how does it look for Seymour for the rest of tonight? Andy, the snow's pretty much shut down for you. I'm going to turn you over to radar. It's pretty much shut down for you. I would say no more than a few flurries or a snow shower in your neighborhood for the rest of the overnight period. Joseph said, awesome job. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Nina is asking, still 60s coming? Yeah, Nina, it looks like briefly we'll get close to that number, at least for the end of the week, start of next weekend. Pam Miller, commute from Shelbyville to Louisville in the morning. Could be a little tricky, of course. But again, we're talking about moving this out of here by 8 o'clock, and we're going to have an opportunity, it looks like, to bring that to an end. All right, I'm going to take maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and we'll get out of here. Okay, my sister's on here. Your big sis loves you. Love you too, sister. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Tomorrow is snow makeup day for JCCS in North Harrison. Okay, thank you. And look at this. We're joined by the rather lovely Fallon. Say hi, Fallon.
Hello. I'm prepared for the snow today, too.
Good. I can tell. By the way, don't shine a bright light on Fallon. She'll blind everybody. Do love the boots, though. It's a nice little touch you got there, Fal. Okay, one last question here. Nicole, how much snow are we expecting for Elizabethtown? Again, snow coming, it should be coming to an end for just about the entire area by mid to late evening. You'll probably go late evening in E-Town. I'm expecting snow totals for you somewhere in the order of 4 to 6 inches. And it's possible it could be locally a little bit higher than that. Okay, one last question here. More snow coming this week. Ask Deidre. Yes, there is that potential, but it's not. I don't have a simple answer for you right now. What I will say is that I'm hoping to be able to simplify this answer for you. With that, I'll have it for you tonight on WDRB News at 10. We're going to address the current snow. We're going to address the 2 systems coming up tomorrow and into the day on Tuesday as well. Thanks for joining me this evening. We may try another one of these later on this evening. I appreciate the questions, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to get to everybody. But again, we may try this again a little bit later on. Have a good night, y'all. But y'all be safe on those roads.